Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica, known as Data Geek, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create your very own first interactive dashboard using Power BI, one of the most powerful tools for data analytics and data science. So first off, I want to welcome you. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Now let's take a look at the dashboard we will be creating. This is it. We're going to have sliders, drop downs, graphs, a pie chart, a line chart, and then these are called cards. We will create our title up here, and also I will show you how to insert this little cool logo. But first, what is Power BI? Power BI is a business intelligence and data visualization tool by Microsoft. It allows you to connect to different data sources like Excel, a CSV, SQL databases, and you can create interactive dashboards and reports. So think of it like Excel's smarter, more visual cousin. Built for deeper analytics, cleaner visuals, and real-time dashboards. And the best part, the Power BI desktop version is completely free. I created a video on how to download Power BI desktop free to use. So I will link that video in the description below. Now, let's look at our data set for this project. So here I am in my downloads folder. So this is where I have my data set, and I want to just give you guys a preview of it. So it's Power BI underscore incarceration underscore data. So if I double click that, I just want to show you how to transition this into a CSV file. In case you guys have a CSV file, we can change that into an Excel file. So here's the data set here. So it has inmate number, age, gender, facility type. We have crime type, sentence, years, administration year, release status, cell block, and probation eligibility. So if you go here on the top left under File, that File tab, and Save As, have this CSV, comma, delimited. Change this to Excel Workbook XLSX, and then save. Once you do that, you just changed your CSV file into an Excel file. So now we can go into Power BI. All right, so here I am in Power BI. So again, if you want to know how to download Power BI for free, I have a video on how to do that. I will put that link in the description below. So right now we want to open up an Excel workbook. So I'm going to click on Excel. Also, if it brings you to this page here, you can just simply click on import data from Excel, or you can, here on the top left where it says Excel workbook, you can also get data there. In my downloads folder, I have that Power BI incarceration data. So I'm going to select that and click open. Then next, you're going to see this navigator window. So this navigator window shows the name of your data set, which is the Power BI underscore incarceration. And then it shows each tab within the data set. So my tab name in that data set is Power BI underscore incarceration data. So it has the same name. So it's asking you what tab do you want to use. So since we only have that one tab, I'm going to select it. Now you can simply just click here on load data, but I like to transform data because I want to look at the data first before we actually load it. So let's transform data. Now once you click on transform data, you will be in a Power Query editor. That's right, this is a Power Query editor. So what this does is basically you're able to look at your data and manipulate it to change certain things. Then here it says apply steps. It will put the steps here on anything that you change within the data. So now every time you upload that same Excel file with the same name, so say you have that same one every month, you can upload it and automatically it will do the changes. But keep in mind, it has to have the same exact column names. So if you go into your Excel file specifically and change the names inside that Excel file before you load it into Power Query editor in Power BI, then it will freak out because right now it's reading all of your column names as they are here, the raw data. So once you change those, then it will not be able to do what it needs to do. So always make sure that your column names are the same. If you're going to use this every single month, this step is so helpful because you just do it one time and then you upload the data every month and it automatically cleans it all up for you. So going forward, so we have inmate ID. So here it has an ABC here on the corner. ABC means that it is basically a text. So the age has 1, 2, 3 here. That means it's a numeric. Then again, gender is a text, facility type is a text, crime type is a text, sentence years is a number, administration year is a number, release status is a text. So it's always good just to identify those and make sure that those data types are correct. And to change that, you just simply just click on that ABC and it gives a drop down so you can change it to say a date, a percentage, a whole number, whatever you'd like, but we're going to keep it as text. And then just scrolling to look at the other ones, probation eligibility is a text, cell block text, everything looks good. Now, if you want to remove columns, you can click here on the top under the Home tab and click Remove Rows, Keep Rows. Here it's Remove Duplicates. So we're going to go ahead and click here and remove duplicates. So as you can see, when we applied that remove duplicates from the inmate ID column, you'll see that there's applied steps. So that's the next step, removed duplicates. Next, I like to click on this filter here to see if there's any null values, any blanks within my data set. So we can kind of like get rid of those if we do have them. But it looks like there is no blanks or null values in any of these. So we just had to remove duplicates. So everything looks good. So now we'll go ahead and close and apply here on the top left. So it saves all of those steps and it closes the Power Query editor. So now it's starting to load our data set into Power BI so we can get started on creating those visualizations. After you upload your data set, you will see something like this, build visuals with your data. So select or drag fields from the data pane onto the report canvas. You'll go to your right side of your screen and you'll see visualization. So this is where you're going to create a visualization. And then data is where you uploaded your data set. So this is your data set with your column names. You can drill down by column name. So you can drill down by age, gender, probation eligibility, release status. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So now that we got the data and we imported and inspected the data, now we're going to create key visuals. So we're going to do one visual at a time. On your right side, under visuals, we're going to go to clustered bar chart. Clustered bar chart is this one right here. So we're going to click that. And automatically when you click it, it will be selected and put on your canvas. You can also click and drag and it will do the same thing. So as you can see, it's selected because it's highlighted. If I click outside of that box, it unselects it. So then you can create more visuals. So just keep in mind that once you have it selected, you could always change your visual. But we're going to keep it as a clustered bar chart. So we're going to use crime type. So I'm going to click and drag into my y-axis. And we'll do the count of inmate ID. So inmate ID, we're going to click on that variable there and drag and drop into the x-axis. So now you can see that our visual is created. So I'm going to drag and drop it here right in the middle. Next, we're going to do a donut chart or a pie chart. Let's see. Let's try both and see what they look like. So I'm going to go ahead and click on donut chart and see how I had the clustered bar chart selected, so it changed that. So I'm going to go click that back and click outside onto my canvas and click on donut chart. Now donut chart, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and add facility type. and count of inmate ID. So it would be in the legend and inmate ID in my values. So that's what it looks like there, the donut. But if I want to look at the pie chart, I click on pie chart and it shows me the pie chart. So I think I like the pie chart better. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that. And next we're going to do a line chart. So this line chart is going to show admission year. So I'll click on the line chart and I'll put that here. And this one is going to be with administration year as the x-axis. Also the sentence years in the y-axis. So I drag and drop there. Now here where I dragged it and dropped it, I want to click on this little arrow down button and it lets you select the sum or average or minimum. We want the average. So click average and you see that your line graph changes the values to average. So now that we have our average count, I want to just verify the other ones. So I'm going to click on my pie chart and then do the same thing for the drop down, make sure that's a count. And then my clustered bar chart, again, drop down and count. So verified that, so everything looks good. So now we're going to move on. So we're going to add cards to display the total inmates, the average sentence length, and the percentage eligibility for probation. Go ahead and click on this little card here. It says 1, 2, 3. Click on that. And I'm going to place those here on the side. The first one's going to be total inmates. So we're going to click on inmate ID, click and drag into fields. Now you'll see these weird numbers here because it's giving the actual first inmate ID. So you want to make sure it's going to show the count. So again, you click on this little drop down here under the fields where you dragged and dropped it into, and then click on count. So now there's 100. So there's 100 inmates total. And then next undo another card. So click that little 1, 2, 3 card. This one's going to be the average sentence years. So go ahead and click here and click on average to change that. So average of sentence years. We're going to do one more card. Now this one's going to be percentage of eligibility for probation. Now we can just drag in your field and use filter or DAX for simple calculations. I'm going to click on probation eligibility and fields. So you can see it has a no. Click on probation eligibility and drag it into filters on this page. And you can see that it has yeses and nos. So there's 45 yeses and 55 nos. So we want to see the average of eligibility for probation. So to do this, we're going to have to do another method using a quick measure. So this is very beginner friendly. So all you have to do is go to the model or data view, which is here on the side. Data view here, that little looks like a little table. We're going to click on that. Now you're in your data view. Next, we're going to click on new measure. So here on the top, new measure, it looks like a calculator. All right, so then here on the top of your data, it's going to say measure equals. So I'm going to type in percent eligible for probation. So this is what our measure is called. Next, we want it to divide. And we're going to do an open parentheses and count rows. And you can hit the tab to autofill. And we're going to filter. And then this is going to be your table name, which here on the side under data, this is your table name here. So it's called Power BI incarceration data. So make sure it's spelled correctly. As you're typing it out, it will give you that recommendation. So that's what's good about Power BI. So go ahead and hit tab. So that's your table name. Make sure it's in single quotations. comma, and then again, your table name in single quotation, open bracket, and then now this is where you're going to put your column name, which is your variable name. So it's going to be probation eligibility. Probation underscore eligibility. So it shows a little pop-up here. So it's showing Power BI incarceration data. So that's your data set name and then your variable name. So we'll go ahead and hit tab to autofill. And we want this to equal to double quotation, yes. Because remember that column has yeses and nos. And then close those with double parentheses and comma. And then one more thing, we're going to count rows. And then again, single quotation and then your data set name. So it shows up. So I'm going to do a tab to autofill and close parentheses and enter. Now here on your right side under the data, it shows your percent eligible for probation. So that was just created. So now we're going to go ahead and go back to your report view here on the left side again. Click that. And again, you have it here as well. So now you can go ahead and under fields for this card here, we're going to delete that. And now we're going to go ahead and drag and drop that percent eligible for parole. Gives your correct percent. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one as well. So now we're going to make the report interactive with slicers. So we're going to go ahead and click inside our canvas in our white space and then go ahead and click on this slicer here. It looks like a little filter. So I'll click on that and here is one slicer and I'm going to create 3 more. Now I have a total of 4 slicers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now going under data, you're going to select administration year. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure this one, the first one is selected, administration year, click and drag into fields. And I'm going to leave it as is. And then this next one, second card or the second filter, I'm going to do crime type. So click on crime type, click and drag. Then the third one, I'm going to do facility type. So facility, under data, click and drag into fields. And then the last one, the fourth one, we're going to do a gender. So we're going to click and drag gender under data and drag it into fields. What I like to do in my filters, I like to do a drop down. So I'm going to click on this one here and I'm going to go to my under visuals. I'm going to select this little format your visual here in the middle. It looks like a little paintbrush over a bar chart. So click that. This will let you edit your visual. Now here under it says slicer settings. I click that to expand it down. Options, it says style vertical list. I want to do a drop down. So I'm going to select drop down. And I'm going to do the same thing for facility type. So options, drop down. And then again for gender. So selecting that gender visual and then going to drop down. So now I'll just move these around to make them look a little better. Now we'll go ahead and add some color to it. So here on the top where it says view, click that. And then you have your themes. So we're going to do a little drop down and select that dark theme, that innovate, where it has like a black background. I'm going to click on that. And in here, you can go ahead and change the color. I'm going to click outside of my canvas. And then here under visuals on your right side, format your report page. I'm going to click on that. And then under canvas background, I'm going to click that. And right now the color is black. So I'm going to do like a dark blue. Yeah, let's see, that blue is good enough. I'm going to close this filter part. And then next, what I'm going to do with my little cards is I'm going to rearrange these and make them look nice. So I'm going to click on this first card here, make sure that's selected, and then go here again to format your visual, and then go to general, and then scroll down to effects. And here under background, it should be on. So make sure you select it on unless you want to take it off. But in this case, we're going to put on. Then I'm going to change the color to like another blue. So under this background, the background format, so transparency, we're going to go ahead and move that up to, let's do 100. Visual background, making sure your visual background is on. And then your rounded corners. So we're going to go ahead and do a 15. And then oh, it has rounded corners. Then you can do a shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. And what I'm going to do is do a black. You can do outside, you can do bottom, center. I'll do center. Now this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to click it to select it. Go to my tab. I'm going to copy. So this right here, copy. So this is copying the format of this visual, the card. And I'm going to do format painter. And it has like a little paintbrush. And I'm going to click in here. So I'm going to copy, format painter, and click in here. And it changes each one to that format. So again, I'm going to select this one, copy, format painter, and click on this one. And again, I'm going to click on this one again, copy, painter, and click on this visual. Again, make sure that's selected, copy, format painter, and keep doing it to every single one. So that's a little trick that makes it very easy to do. So now we want to do a title. So I'm going to go ahead and put my title up here on the top. Go to Insert tab here on the left side and click on text box. It's under Elements, so text box. So this is your text box. And in here you have a little blinking cursor. So this is where you're going to type in your title. In this case, we're going to type in incarceration trends and probation insights. I then highlight this text, and then here on the bottom, you can size your text. So we're going to do a 40. Oh, that's a little too big. So let's go down to 32. You can also change the format. And then here on the bottom of the box, it has a little 3 dots for more options, but I like to click and move it. And again, I want it to same as these formats here. So I'm going to click in one of these, go to my home page, copy format painter, and click here. And now my title is the same. So here on the bottom corner, you can drag and make it shorter if you want or smaller. So I'm going to put it right there. So I'm going to put a logo here. So first thing I want to do is put a shape. So I'm going to do a circle. And I'm going to do the same background as my picture. So make sure it's selected and go to your format shape. Then go to style. Click that for the drop down. And then it says fill is on. So now we're going to change this to a black color. You can add a border if you'd like. So we can do, let's do like an orange border. And then you can also adjust the the width of the border if you like. Let's do a 3. And then next we're going to go ahead and go to your Insert tab. And under Elements here in this section, we're going to click on Image. And then I'm going to select my Data Geek logo here. So click that, open. And then there it is there. So I adjust it to the size. And then I just drag and drop it in there. So now let's say that leadership's asking, can you analyze incarceration trends by crime type and probation eligibility? With our dashboard, we can instantly filter for drug possession and see how many are eligible for probation, also what the average sentence is and where they're housed. So if we would just even go here and click on drug possession, it narrows it down to just those crime types. If we want to see the facility, or even, so if you want to see female, that would be 4 inmates, 950 average sentence, 0.5% eligible for parole. And then if you want to see male, you can switch that over to male. So if you want to unselect, to select all, drug possession. You can also slide for the years that you want to see only through 2017 to 2018, or you want to see recent data, the last few years, 2022 to 2023, you have that as well. So very good interaction dashboard. And also if you put your cursor over every single bar, it gives you the count. Also over your pie chart, it gives your percentage. So it gives a good interaction of your bar chart. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more beginner-friendly data projects. And if you want to go deeper into Python, SQL, and Power BI, go check out my ebook. I'll put that link in the description below. I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.